Paula, it's Diana Fitzmaurice again, coming at you from Sacramento, California. And today the recipe I'm going to make for you is called Kickin Chicken Fettuccine al Philadelphia. I know it's quite the mouthful, but it is a delicious mouthful, and I know you're going to love it. Okay, so let's start with our marinade for our chicken. So we've got a boneless, skinless chicken breast here, and I'm going to take a blender and just pop in our blender some herbs. And what I've got here is about a cup and a half of fresh basil, and I'm just going to plop that right in the blender. And also, same thing, full of Italian parsley. And again, you can really adapt this recipe to whatever you have in your garden. Sometimes I use chives, sometimes I throw a little fresh thyme in there, or some green onions, whatever you have. It doesn't necessarily have to be basil and Italian parsley. If you like cilantro, go for it. Totally up to you. Anyway, and then we've got a few cloves of just whole peeled garlic, 2 or 3. And here is the kicker, the jalapeno. And I want to talk about these for just 1 second. What I like to buy at the grocery store, because I'm looking for heat, is the jalapeno that has these striations right here. I know it kind of looks like these are getting old and junky, but these are the gold mine for me. I will dig through the pile of jalapenos at the grocery store. I know people think, what is this crazy lady doing? But I'm looking for the spicy jalapeno. And all I do is just pop the top right off. I'm going to keep the seeds, the husk, everything in here is staying intact. I might just cut it in half real quick, pop it in the blender, and put 2 of these big puppies in here. And just pop them in just like that. I'm going to cover this with some olive oil and get this all pureed. It's kind of like a pesto, but no nuts, no cheese, and no acid. So you can leave this on your chicken overnight if you want to, and it won't cook it. But it's absolutely delicious. It's probably like nothing you've ever had before. It's a beautiful, bright, vibrant green color, and the flavor from those jalapenos is just incredible. Okay, so we've got our mixture all blended together, and if you can take a look at that, it is absolutely vibrant green, smells delicious. It's beautiful. I'm actually going to put a little salt in here because I forgot to do that earlier, and just stir that in. And then, like I said, I've got some chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast here. Normally I would have more, but I have some cooked already. Anyway, just in a Ziploc bag, and I'm just going to take the marinade and pour it right over the top just like that. And then just kind of zip that up and squish it all around until it's all nice and coated. And I pop that in the fridge until it's ready to grill. And so I'm just going to move that over here, and I actually have some right here that I've already grilled and cut. So this is what you're looking for. It's nice, bright green color. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I have this here, and I've already chopped that up for our fettuccine that we're going to toss in later to kind of heat it through. So I'm going to set that aside. And I've got the hot water boiling on the stove for the fettuccine. So let's get started on our sauce. Okay, so we've got our pasta in our water. I'm just giving it a little stir so nobody sticks together. And while that's cooking up, I'm going to turn on our saucepan here on a medium heat. First, going to drop in a little bit of olive oil. Just a few tablespoons or so to get that garlic and those jalapenos cooking up. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to add the chopped peppers right there. Babies in there, and then the garlic. Alright, so you can hear that those peppers are starting to sizzle away. Just going to give them another stir, and then we're going to add our liquids. And actually, originally when I created this recipe, I used to do it with heavy cream, which isn't so figure friendly, obviously, and I've had plenty. And when I tried to adapt it with the cream cheese, it's absolutely wonderful. And sometimes I use the low fat or the fat-free cream cheese. You can use a variety of the different cheeses, and they really just melt beautifully, and it creates an absolutely gorgeous sauce. So I'm really thrilled with that, and thrilled that I can have a creamy sauce with a low-fat version if I want to. Tonight we're just using the regular cream cheese, but feel free to swap it out, and it works perfectly. It works just as well. Alright, so we got these jalapenos going. I'm going to add right now about a cup and a half of white wine. to start. And just get that going. There we go. And then to that, I'm also going to add about, I have about almost 2 cups here, but I'm only going to add about a cup of chicken stock right now. We can definitely add more to thin it if it gets too thick, so we'll just keep that aside. So I'm just going to add a little chicken stock right now. And here's my secret ingredient right here, my second secret ingredient. This is just some gold tequila, and I've got about 1/3 of a cup. It gives it just a really interesting flavor, and it's just delicious. So nice little change for your cream sauce. And I'm going to turn that up just a bit and let that kind of come to a simmer and reduce and get the flavors all concentrated, and then we'll go ahead and add our cream cheese and bring this all together. And as you can see, our sauce has started to reduce, or the liquid started to reduce just slightly. So I'm going to grab the cream cheese here, take about 4 ounces, just going to kind of cut it so it melts in real nice. And this has been brought to room temperature so it melts in even better rather than cold cream cheese. So there we go. Let's see, just like that. And I'm going to season with salt and pepper. A little kosher salt. Okay. A few cracks of fresh ground black pepper. Perfect. This is going to be good. Oh, it smells amazing. Alright, so let me just whisk this guy in here. Okay, and I'm just going to, as this is coming to a simmer, I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese as the finishing touch for the sauce. Then I'm going to add in the pasta because it's just going to just finish cooking in the sauce and really soak up this yummy cream cheese sauce. It's just delicious. The jalapenos, the tequila, the Parmesan, that little bit of white wine in here, it's just heavenly. I mean, it is delicious. There are so many flavors going on, and the spice it's really not overwhelming. I mean, you can tell there's a little kick in here, but it's not the kind of hot where you're like sweating bullets, like, oh my god, this is so spicy, I can't take another bite. It's just enough to taste it, and it's just perfect. So I've got my pasta here that I just drained. I'm going to add this into the sauce right in. Here we go. Just like that. And turn that flame down so we don't overcook everybody. And I'm going to add in my chicken right over the top. And then I'm also going to add about a cup of cherry tomatoes. You can use regular tomatoes just chopped up. I just love tomatoes in my fettuccine al Philadelphia because I just love tomatoes. In fact, I'm going to reserve a few for the top because I like the raw ones right over the top. So nice bits of color right there. And I'm going to grab my tongs. Here they are. And bring this all together. Just like that. Doesn't it look gorgeous? Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So it's just swimming around in that beautiful cheesy sauce. Let's plate this up, and most importantly, we're going to taste it. I'm starving. And my cameraman, my new cameraman tonight, she gets dinner, so she's going to taste it later too. Okay, and here we have it, the final Kickin Chicken Fettuccine al Philadelphia. And what I like to do is just garnish with a little freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Oh, yum. This smells so good. And then I also, like I said, I like a few fresh tomatoes right on top. Just a few there, just pretty, and they're just delicious. And garnish with a little sprig of basil. And you have an absolutely beautiful, incredible dish made with Philadelphia cream cheese. It's absolutely delicious. Okay, so let's see. Oh, the spiciness from the peppers, that white wine, and the tequila is absolutely delicious. The cream cheese is so smooth and silky, and it makes the most delicious sauce ever. You have to try this, everybody. I hope you enjoy it. And I look forward to seeing you in Savannah. And until my next video next week for desserts, I can't wait to see y'all. Thanks so much. Take care.